Mavericks 5H Louis DeLucaStaff photographer Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban and Dirk Nowitzki are pictured before the annual Heroes Celebrity Baseball game at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco on Saturday, June 29, 2013. Louis DeLuca Dallas Morning News by SportsStateful.com. At SportsStateful, Dirk Nowitzki joined Jim Rome on the Jim Rome podcast to talk about the Dallas Mavericks, his cultural wedding, and other topics around the NBA. Here are some highlights. He has left so much money on the table throughout his career. Nowitzki: I was really fortunate in my career. Don't get me wrong, I made a lot of money in the league. Mark Cuban has been incredibly loyal to me on and off the floor. He's a great supporter of mine. After my rookie deal, I was like 23-24, and that's when I made my first max deal, 6-year deal at the time. He made me his franchise player and I just felt so fortunate to be in that situation. I never thought growing up that I would be in those shoes one day, where I can be a franchise player and make max money. That's like a dream come true. So I think just that relationship we have with Cubes, with the city of Dallas, that was always there. I always wanted to be here, I wanted to be loyal, I wanted to be on a good team moving forward, so I always wanted to help out, and like I said, Mark has always been great to me, so we just had a great relationship. Mavericks star Dirk Nowitzki has left a ridiculous amount of money on the table during his NBA career. I tell this story all the time, how many owners come to the best players' bachelor party. Cubes came to mine, and we had a blast, so that kind of shows you the kind of relationship we have and had over the years. It's been awesome. Anything that can be shared about the bachelor party involving Cuban Nowitzki: one night was in Toronto and we did 2 nights in Vegas, and that's about as much as I can share. On Cuban's athleticism, Nowitzki: Cubes is the man. You know, he was an athlete himself, played a little rugby in college, and he loves the sport of basketball. He plays all the time. Actually, last week we were in there shooting and Hess on the other side getting a little workout in with one of our rebounders, so yeah, he still thinks at 60-something he can play, so good for him. Of LeBron James, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan in their prime, who was the guy? Nowitzki: oh Jim, you're making it tough now. You can't go wrong with either. I'm a big Michael Jordan guy. I watched him in the 90s, he's part of the reason why I watched the NBA. Back in the day in Germany, in the 90s, you can only catch like 1 or 2 games on German TV, and it was just starting to be the Bulls era, and every week it was basically Chicago on, so I was actually a diehard Chicago fan. Jordan, Pippen, later on with Rodman. That was my team, so I'm going to go with the greatest of all time in my opinion, and that's Michael Jordan. But you know, I only caught Michael at the end. He actually made the shot in Game 6 in Utah, and then he retired, and I came in the following year, so I was so mad and disappointed that I wasn't going to be able to play against him anymore, and then he ended up coming back a couple years later in Washington, and I was able to compete against him and interact with him, and that was fantastic. But let me tell you something, Kobe and LeBron will go down as 2 of the best players to ever play this game. Can't go wrong there, but the GOAT in my eyes will always be MJ. Look at Dirk's hometown discounts.